Hey there, Trinity. Hope y'all are all doing well. Here's my blog post for the week. We are coming up on week number 4, Sunday number 4 of our 5-Sunday sermon series by Andy Stanley that we've been watching via the video system that we have here at the church called Brand New. And man, if you've missed any of these, I encourage you to go on the sermons tab of our church website. That's got the links to North Point's website where you can catch up, you can watch these past videos. This has been really rich, great teaching. And some of the things that we've been talking about, some of the things we've been learning as we've gone through this together. One is that as a church, that there are things that there are things that people resist about the church, that as the church we should resist. In other words, we always need to have an open heart to God for Him to search and show us how maybe some of the things that we do and what we think isn't actually tied to Scripture and who He is, but maybe it's tied to tradition or is tied to religious culture and gets in the way of us really experiencing and living out the fullness of who Christ is and who God is. We also talked about the notion that the word church that we see in our English translation really isn't a good word, isn't a good translation, because it's from a German word that means house of the Lord. And, that's where we get the idea that church is a place that somehow is more sacred than other places, and a gathering rather than the word ecclesia or ecclesia that we see in the New Testament that really means a sacred assembly, right? A body of people, a movement that's chiefly characterized by the relationships that we have with one another, how we encourage one another, not just all showing up in the same place once a week to do certain things, right? Those can all be part of a great church experience, but really what it is to be the church is to love one another and to be joined together in relationships as we are about the way that God is working in us, our families, and through us to the community and the world around us. Another thing, that we talked about was how, and this is really the big theme of this message series, is that if we say we love God, or we say we walk with God, or we have a relationship, or that we worship God, the biblical New Testament picture of how that will be expressed is how we love other people, right? And if we say we love God, but our life is not characterized by an increasing love of people and a desire to love people in very real ways, we don't understand what it means to love God. Love of God is expressed through love of people. That's really the big idea of this entire sermon series. And this Sunday, week number 4, the title of it is, What Does Love Require? And that's really where this is going. If our love of God and His love of us is experienced and expressed by our love of people, what does that look like? And so this is a big teaching this Sunday. So man, I hope you're here. It's going to be great. And then of course the last one will be the Sunday after Thanksgiving. I believe that's the 27th. Lots of things going on in the life of our church. I do hope to see you Sunday, but I want you to watch the next video that I have here on my blog, because in it I have some specific ways coming up very soon, some of them this weekend, one of them this weekend, on how we can love people, right? So when you finish this, go down and watch the next one, all right? Don't miss it. Do it, and we'll see you Sunday. Thanks, guys.